Hello friends, welcome to Vocab with Nikunj. And as I can see this survey which I posted, there are 24 responses and 75% people want me to conduct the sessions in English. So we'll go with the English version. And if you are watching this and you want it to be done in Hindi, अगर हिंदी में चाहते हैं answer so please go ahead and vote it. Let me see so that I can make a call. चलिए. Then let's start with today's session, and today's editorial is on the US Commission on International Religious Freedom's latest report and India. Okay, so there's a report, there's a institution called commission called International Religious Freedom. Okay, it has published one report on India, and it says present imperfect means the present tense, the times in which we are living, it is not perfect, it is imperfect. Okay, and it further says, irrespective of what the US Commission on International Religious Freedom says, India must review its rights record. That means that it doesn't matter what the commission's reports say, but India must review its rights record. We'll see what is there. Okay, let me enlarge the font. Yeah. So for the fourth consecutive year, the government has expressed outrage and rejected the recommendations. Okay, so it's been happening in such a way that for the fourth time, okay, continuously, this commission, it has it's been publishing its records in which it is criticizing India. Okay, so because of which the Indian government has expressed its anger, expressed its outrage. Outrage means anger aroused by some perceived offense or injustice. So Indian government feels that it's facing injustice, which is why it has expressed its outrage, anger. Okay, and rejected the recommendation of the US Commission on International Religious Freedom's latest report. It has rejected its recommendations, and it has called it biased and motivated. Okay, so calling it biased means it is not partial. Sorry, it's not impartial. It is partial. That's why this commission is biased, partial towards India. And motivated means there's some external force which is motivating it whatsoever. In its report released on Monday, the independent congressional body has called for India to be designated a country of particular concern. So what is commission or what this body is asking India to be done is, it is asking India to be designated a country of particular concern. Now what does this mean is, we'll see it further. Why? Because it's worsening record on religious freedom. That means what is happening is, in India, according to this commission, the religious freedoms record is being worsened. It is going bad. Okay. Now, report has targeted the Indian government for promoting and enforcing religiously discriminatory policies. So this report has been targeting the Indian government. Okay. For what? For promoting and enforcing. Promoting and enforcing what? Religiously discriminatory policies. Now, this is a very interesting phrase. Policies. Which kind of policies? Discriminatory policies. Which kind of discriminatory policies? Religiously discriminatory policies. So, policies is noun. Okay. Discriminatory is adjective. Religiously is adverb. So discriminatory is modifying policies and religiously is modifying discriminatory. Okay, discriminatory means something which is done with discrimination, with partiality. That means probably India is viewing Hindus as in good faith and Muslims in bad faith, or something like that. All right, that is why this report is targeting Indian government, and it also named laws that deal with convergence, interfaith relationships, wearing the hijab, and cow slaughter. So there are laws in India, okay, which deal with convergence. Okay, that means any Christian missionary in South India is doing some conversion, or like our Indian media says, what is that? Love jihad, interfaith relationships, which are law on this also. Law on wearing the hijab, which Muslim women wear, and law on cow slaughter, which Hindu revere. Okay, so and Citizen Amendment Act, which was in news for the last 2 to 3 years, I think, and the National Register of NRC citizens, Register of Citizens. So all these laws are what the laws. What are they doing? They are being discriminatory, okay, towards different religious groups which are there in India. Okay, all of these it alleged have impacted minorities. So what is the body or its commission says that it is alleging means that it is making an accusation which is not proved, okay, or it is asserting something, it's saying something, okay, आरोप लगाना हिंदी में बोलते हैं. So all of these laws have impacted minorities which include Muslims, Christians, Sikhs, Dalits and Adivasis, okay, and indigenous people and scheduled tribes. Adivasis mean indigenous people. Indigenous means people who belong to that particular land. Okay, simple indigenous. So we can say that Bihar's indigenous food is litti chokha. All right, and yeah, so impacted negatively. Okay, these minorities have been impacted negatively, and this USCIRF has also catalogued acts of violence. Now, catalog, all of you must be knowing, but when catalog is be used as a verb, okay, you can see ed is there. So it's being used as a verb. It means that make an itemized list. Okay, make a catalog. So it has made a list of acts of violence and vilification of minorities. What is vilification? Vilification is nothing but a rude expression intended to offend or hurt, offensive, okay, or hurtful. So acts of violence is made a list of acts of violence and hurtful expressions towards minorities and criticize the suppression of critical voices. Okay, what are those critical voices? Critical voices are those who are running YouTube channels, okay, doing journalism, okay. So many of them are put into jail, some comedians as well, okay. So suppression of critical voice by intimidation, okay. Intimidation means that action of frightening or threatening someone, usually in order to persuade them to do something that you want them to do. Easy? So that is what intimidation means, that you are trying to frighten or threaten somebody, and it includes surveillance, demolition of property, like we have seen in Uttar Pradesh. Majority of the cases in UP that many people's houses have been demolished, okay, and they are being, surveillance is being done upon them. Detentions mean putting into custody, okay, and targeting of NGOs. Okay, they're even not sparing NGOs, they're targeting NGOs through laws curtailing foreign donations. So there are laws, okay, which they have put in picture, will put in place. And these laws, what do they do? They place restrictions on foreign donations. Okay, so curtail means you are limiting something, you are placing restrictions on. So yeah, so that is what this is all about. Now further it says that it has criticized the US State Department for not having designated India as a CPC and has called for sanctions on Indian government agencies and officials. So this body has criticized the US State Department that it has not yet designated India as a country of particular concern. Okay, and what it has now called for is a phrase. Okay, it means to express the need or desire for. So it has expressed the need of sanctions on Indian government agencies and officials. Okay, so what does it want is it want to put sanctions on Indian entities. In the only such sanction imposed on India, the US in 2005 revoked Prime Minister Modi's US visa after a USARF recommendation on 2002 Gujarat riots. So it has done that before. Okay, even in 2002 Gujarat riots took place. Then the Chief Minister of Gujarat, Narendra Modi, his visa was revoked. Revoked means cancelled. Okay, so at that point in time when he was a CM, he couldn't, if he wanted, he couldn't go to United States. Okay, that is what it has done before, and we don't know what the future holds, but let's see. In response, the External Affairs Ministry has told the USCRF to desist from such reports and to develop a better understanding of India. So when this commission, when the US government revoked Modi ji's visa, That time point in time in 2002, External Affairs Ministry has asked US CRF to desist from such report. Desist means to avoid such reports and to develop a better understanding of India. So the government's stern reaction is understandable, means it can be easily understood that the government will be reacting profusely, seriously. Okay, stern means serious and often disapproving. Okay, so they'll be reacting seriously, and that is fine, and it is in line with responses to such reports over the last 2 decades. Okay, since the US CRF has begun to publish its findings, so it is in line with, it is fine as per Hindu, it is fine with this response. Okay, just a moment. Yeah, the process the US CRF follows is non-inclusive. Okay, the process which it follows, it is non-inclusive. Okay, and the fact that it did not study the state of religious freedom inside the US suggests a double standard. And what Hindu says is that it does study India, but it doesn't study the state of religious freedoms inside the US. And it shows a double standard, that they have a double standard. Okay, so that means the Hindu is criticizing this commission, this body of USCIRF, and its recommendations hold no sway within India. So what it is recommending to US government has no controlling influence in India. Understood? And are meant only for US government to deliberate on. That means they are just giving the points to US government so that they can think on it and then take the next course of action and accept or dismiss. Pretty clear, right? Either way, they little need or utility. Just a moment. Yeah. Either way, they little need or utility for to New Delhi's public responses. So the Hindu is saying that there is no need or use of New Delhi's public response to this commission. If US government would have taken some action, then they might, spring to action, but not right now. And if they do it now, it will make Indian government sound defensive, and it will not actually repair the reputational damage to India. Okay, so India's best step over here should be silent. As a secular, inclusive, and pluralistic democracy. So India is a secular democracy, India is an inclusive democracy, India is a pluralistic democracy. What is a pluralistic democracy? Which have many different groups of people, like we do have, right? We have societies based on religions, we have society based on castes, we have society based on languages, and likewise on regions, right? Given the detailed and pointed accusations, however, the center may well consider an interval review of its conduct and the direction it hopes to lead India in. So, this commission has given a detailed and pointed accusations, but so what Hindu is saying that the center may well consider an internal review. Okay, the center may review its conduct, what step it has been taking, and why it is coming into questions. Okay, and the direction it hope to lead India in. So what direction it is taking India to on issues such as religious freedom and rights. So it needs to double check. Okay, the central government needs to double check on these issues which they have pointed. Eventually, any government duty is not in achieving a perfect score. So it is not a government duty to have a perfect score in any private survey, okay, which is done abroad, which is done overseas, which is done in foreign countries, but rather in burnishing its record of delivering justice. What is burnish? Burnish is means to make make shiny, make polish, and make it something better. So rather in bettering its record of delivering justice, equality, and security to its citizens back home. So that is what the ritual is. That is what the point the Hindu was saying, and I hope you get to learn many words. Even I got to revise and learn a number of words. Okay, so let me know how did you like this session, and please go ahead and take part in this survey so that I'll know what do you intend to receive or accept. Okay, so let's meet in the next session, and thank you for watching. And if you've not subscribed yet, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel if you want to improve your vocab. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.